doing the rear differential today. Yep. Shouldn't need a ton of room. Doing this on the concrete because my driveway is kind of soft. Asphalt isn't always the best thing to work on. Let's see, am I... There we go. Go get my keys. So as I was saying, look at all the room, even with my non-low profile creeper. I've got all sorts of room under here to get to the rear differential. So let me get the camera a little closer. All right. Ouch. Ooh, oh, ow. Ooh, pebble on the driveway to the knee. Always fun. All right, so I can just roll on up. Got my impact already loaded with the correct socket. And it's able to bust it loose. Now, I have no idea if this has been on since it was new. Remember this, I bought it with 73 and change. It's only got just over 74,000 miles now. I'm not sure, you know, generally speaking, rear differential fluid can go a long way. So I kind of doubt anybody's ever done this. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of shape the fluid's in. All right, that's as far up as I can go. I'll wait to take these the rest of the way out, but I can't go any higher than that with the impact, just bad angle. So now we gotta brake back out. I was just under here, I don't know, a few days ago, replacing the fuel filter to finish up the tune-up. But I noticed, I mean, I only put 80 miles on it since then. I went ahead and refilled the fuel tank. I wanted to see what kind of, if the mileage has improved. It has not. I'm still only getting about 21 or 22 miles a gallon. And remember, this is a V6 with a 5-speed, and I have not been getting on it. I don't really want to get on it too much, period, but certainly not until I've got all the maintenance done on it. So I'm like, what's going on? So I'm thinking the next thing I'm going to check, I mean, make sure everything's fine in here. It should be fine. Maybe brakes dragging a little bit. I don't know. When I come to a stop, if I'm like barely moving, just coasting, it does seem like it wants to come to a stop more abruptly than if it was free rolling. So that's definitely the next thing I want to check. But I bought some Pirellis. There were a couple of them on sale on Tire Rack. So I'm going to have these rear wheels replaced. So, or the rear tires. So I'm figured, you know, they're already going to have them off for that anyhow. Might as well have them check the brakes. And if they need to be worked on, I can work on them myself, but they're going to be right there. I'll have them check them. Bring this pan back over in case it comes off unexpectedly. Just the bottom three. Now, I'm sure it's stuck on with some gasket or gasket maker. Probably the original gasket, I'm thinking, which is super cool. It's like it's an old car. It's 24 years old, but it's not. I mean, it's just spent most of its life probably in a garage during the winters based on how little rust there is. And the fact that it was a Connecticut car for most of its life. This was somebody's fun car, and they took it out in the summer and took care of it, kept it garaged in the winter. All right, it's kind of a small drain pan, but oh well. Let's see if I can gently, no. I'm gonna need to get something to pry this off with. Well, you could opt for a screwdriver, but a chisel is a little wider. Spreads it out a little more. You can tap it up in there and not worry as much. Oh, I can hear it. Whoa, what was that? Oh, trash can lid. So let's see if we can get this. Oh, broke the seal. That is some dark fluid. Whoop. Nope, give me that back. Let me show you. That's pretty dark. Doesn't smell bad. I mean, I've actually had some that they come off and it's like, ew, what is that? What crawled in there and died? This is not that bad, but that's definitely, I would not be surprised if it's the original. Creeper's caught on the edge of the pavement. All right, I got my old t-shirt here. Now I can bust this and clean myself up right away. Come on. I don't want it to come off all the way all at once or it'll just splatter, but you can see it's got that nice, I don't know, like mozzarella cheese, you know, stringy almost. That's a good thing, but the color, based on the color, I very much would be surprised if it, ooh, it almost came there, if this isn't the original fluid. That's why you don't rip it right off. All that fluid would just come out in one big splatter. No, thank you. Start opening up more. Should be getting down to maybe the last quarter of it. However much is in there. I looked it up, the capacity. I'll have to look again. Okay, here we go. Cover off. All right. Didn't make a gigantic mess. That's something new for me. All right, let's see what you're looking at. The camera. Oh, good. Yeah, you can see pretty well, actually. There you go. Side view. I'll take you to the other side. Right there. That's what we're looking at. And the inside of the cover doesn't look too bad. We'll clean that out. Wipe it down, spray it out with some brake cleaner. And in here, it's dirty, but I don't feel anything alarming. Oh, okay, so over here, see that lighter gray? The filings are hanging out back there. So we'll let this drain and we'll get a sense for how good she is based on how much metal there is in the bottom. And I don't think there's much. So there's actually no, on a lot of these there'll be a drain plug right in these, or a filler I should say. It's not on this, it's under here though. Come on, camera lady. Oh, I got a camera lady. That's nice. I don't always get to work with a camera lady, but underneath here, right, where'd you go? Right here, there's, you stick a socket in there or a breaker and you turn it out. That's your filler right here. You can't see it, but it's right there. You trust me. Right now I'm going to go ahead and grab something and pull the rest of that fluid out because it's done, basically done dripping. All right. Reach back as far as I can reach and just pull that out.
Sludge.
Yeah, I mean, it's in pretty good shape. I do see some silver. You see the silver?
No.
See it?
No.
Hopefully the camera can see it. But you can see some not oil.
Oh, yeah, I can see kind of the...
See how more silver?
Yes. Yeah.
That's shavings. So
Really fine.
Yeah, oh, it'll be fine, but you know, that's why you do these changes. You get some of that out and it'll reduce the wear. I need to go get a spatula and just pull it out, but this works. It's actually kind of pretty. You know, if you're weird. Like us, right?
You can speak for yourself there.
Oh, you don't like the beauty of the oil.
I didn't say that.
Of the gear oil. You just don't think it's weird.
No.
Got it. All right. So I can pull some from this side. That's most of it. Now I'm wondering, did I remember? No, I didn't remember, but let's see if I have some brake cleaner. Because I want to spray all up in there, get as much out as I can before buttoning her up and filling her. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And you can stop it if you want to here and there.
There's a brake parts cleaner.
I think that's an empty can. One of them has some. So, we've got multiple products, but only a little bit of brake cleaner left. That's the best for this. Second best is carb cleaner, so I'll use that second to last. And then I've got Free All and WD-40. So I'm going to hit it with a little of this, a little of that, to get most of it out. And we'll go over it last with the brake cleaner. I'm sure this is good for my skin.
Oh, yeah. It's like dermabrasion.
Sure.
Chemical peeling.
It'll be like I'll be the new Batman villain, you know. Chemicals get in and turn me into some kind of monster. Yeah, that's doing good. It's cleaning a little bit of that junk out of here. Next up, what do we have? WD-40. I'm gonna do a little WD. It's like a cocktail we're making here. Oh, this is a nice fine mist. Yeah, the other one was powerful. We should probably just let this kind of sit for a minute on there. That's nice. Just coat everything in WD and it'll run forever, right?
Golly.
What?
I'm imagining that guy that paints little trees.
Bob Ross?
Yes, how you were just saying that.
Happy gears.
Happy gears.
Think about happy gears.
Nice fine spray.
We'll give them a little mist of WD-40 and the gears will be happy for another 100,000 miles. And don't forget to get behind that pin, you know. That's funny.
You know, you're lucky I have such a cartoon brain.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think I do too, but different cartoon brains. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I remember, you guys remember cartoons that I don't remember. You guys remember, like, He-Man. I barely remember you guys watched Smurfs and stuff when it was actually on, not reruns. Like, I've seen them since then, but it's not the same. If you're experiencing it for the first time when it's new, right? It's different. It's like me watching the Animaniacs with my kids. They don't appreciate it like I do. Or Tailspin, you know. I love that show. Tailspin,
yeah,
so good. Or Darkwing Duck. All those goofy cartoons from the mid-90s. All right.
Look at that. You can actually see some shine in there.
It's looking good, isn't it? It
Yeah.
really is. All right, so now
Yeah.
we're going to switch to the carb cleaner. Of course, none of my cars are carbureted, so it's okay. I don't need this stuff. I mean, maybe the chainsaw, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. Not much of this left, so I'm going to be sparing here and just kind of top-down approach, right? Well, I can already, it's going, and that's about it. Same thing. Pull that out. See, it's still dirty.
Yep.
And I'm sure it'll be dirty when I say it's good enough.
Well, at least you're getting the majority of those shavings out, you know?
Yep, it's going to be pretty darn clean in there when we put the new oil in. Okay, we're on to the last ingredient of our cocktail here, which is just regular old brake cleaner. And it is looking pretty darn clean in there. Isn't it, sis? Mm-hmm. All right. Here we go. Not much of this left either. And it dries real fast, so I need to work quick. And that's about it. Still going. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, it's coming out
Yep.
pretty clear.
Yeah.
It'll be a happy rear end. that sounds funny.
That's why I was laughing. Happy trees.
Like,
Happy little stream.
could you, like, health commercials for cars? Could you imagine if cars had health commercials like people? Like a Pepto-Bismol commercial. This is a happy rear end. Oh, man. All right. And we'll let that dry out real good. We don't want any of that brake cleaner staying in there liquid. It'll dry out. That stuff evaporates good. We'll let it dry out and come back in a bit. Oh my, look how nice and clean those parts are. Mm-hmm. That's
Maybe I should hand this to you so you can get on that side.
You can see it. Oh.
Well, okay. I mean, not
Sure.
really.
Yeah, I mean, that's looking pretty clean. Spray it out with our cocktail of, what did we do first? Free All, and then we did WD-40, and then we did carb cleaner, and then finally we had a little bit of brake cleaner to just rinse out the rest. So the last thing I'll do is make sure my mating surface is clean. And I've got some gasket maker, RTV sealant. And we'll get our our cover cleaned up and button her up and fill her. It's a pretty simple, straightforward job. Yep. We'll be back in a bit.
And roll that beautiful differential
bean
fluid.
What'd you call it?
Differential fluid.
Roll it, yeah. So this is pretty simple. It's actually easier because there isn't a filler on it. But I'm just going to take my putty knife, or in this case, a
Chisel.
Yeah, thank you. Words are hard. Chisel, and just peel that off. With this way might be better, so I don't want to scratch it.
Dig in.
Yeah, I don't want to dig in. Exactly. See, words are hard. I'm not even that old yet, and words are getting harder. But we're just gonna get this gunk off. And then there's the outer seal. It's the same seal, it just gets squished to the outsides. Come on. Get off of there.
Ugh, that's kind of like nails on a chalkboard a little bit.
Well, that's okay. We'll probably fast forward this. showing me scrape it off is not exactly...
Yeah, well, I can't fast forward my ears through this, so.
Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, is that it? And most of this will just get cleaned by wiping it off. Even some of the leftover bits will probably come off the gasket. Oh, it looks so good. Look how beautiful that is. You look at the outside, it's like, ew. But then it's just protected by the oil. So pretty. There I am sounding like Ross again. Mm-hmm. So beautiful. Look at that. I mean, that is just gorgeous. I still need to go under there and clean the mating surface. I won't show that. Be doing the exact same thing.
Yep.
Visibility's not so good under there. This looks great. Not so great. Great. All right, let me get a fresh rag, finish wiping it down again. We're going to put this thing on there. Right here?
Yep.
Awesome. So camera lady's doing some acrobatics.
Hold on.
Well, my sister and I both made kind of bonehead moves. Yeah, she started to record without recording. She thought she was, but she wasn't. And while she was not recording me, I made a bonehead move. You ever get mad at somebody for doing the job wrong? That's bad, right? But it's worse if you're the idiot that did it wrong. So the other day I was I was changing out the rear differential fluid, okay? And I had everything lined up that I would need. I had the fluid, I had tools, I had to run back for some things, but I was like ready to go. Well, in the moment, I had a moment. Here's what happened. I grabbed exactly the wrong fluid. I grabbed transmission fluid and put it in this rear differential. And I drove for like 40 miles. Brought it home last night. I took a different vehicle to work today, thank goodness. And on the drive in this morning, I was thinking through. And by the way, I put that video on YouTube too. Nobody caught it, or they just like scrolled through and like, that guy's gonna have a bad rear end. But on my drive into work today, I'm like, wait a minute. Did I put automatic transmission fluid in a rear end? And then I was like, well, that makes sense, though, that it wasn't the amount that it took that I was expecting. And it's funny because I had even gotten into the car, looked at the manual, and everything just made sense to me in the moment. Yo, yeah, my car's got a manual transmission and blah, blah, blah. Here's what it takes. Yeah, I was reading the transmission stuff. I had already done all the research. I already had everything. But what did I put in? Clearly, I must have been too concerned with the camera instead of what I was doing. So, I actually thought about working without the camera. And my camera is my phone. So I could have been like listening to music and stuff. So I did think about it. But, honesty is the best policy. Listen, if you've never made a bonehead move, you just haven't made a bonehead move yet. So we're going to redo the job. Now, worst case scenario, we've already caused damage. Best case scenario, it just rinsed it out really good, and it's getting rinsed out again, and then we'll put in the proper gear oil. That's, the viscosity on gear oil is ridiculously high compared to, or low, or whatever. It's thicker than ATF. So, yeah. We need to get this stuff out of here. I don't think it would cause any issues just sitting in here. But I don't know. Maybe it's bad for the seals. Again, I don't know. I was easing around, but still, ugh, just boneheaded. What do they call that? A brain fart? Must have been pretty gassy to, brain gassy to make that mistake. This light is just not in a good position here. I wonder if I could hang it off the exhaust here. Maybe. Whoop, no. I've got one of these Ryobi lights. Kind of handy. It's got a little lantern handle on it. Let's see if I can hook it over the end of the tailpipe there. I don't know if that's better. It makes me look creepy, like it's a Halloween episode. So let's get these bolts out. Get this wrong fluid out. Get it out now. Quick. Bonehead move of the year, maybe. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I've done really super stupid lately. All right, last bolt again. See if this comes off easy. Nope. It's all right. This time I have my pry tool ready. Fresh gasket maker. It's probably like, wait a minute, you just put me on here. Wow. Ooh, man, that's good. That is some good stuff, but I'd rather it not be right now, you know? Like, man. That is a good seal. I should have left, well. Get off this creeper. Oh, sometimes creepers are not what you want to be on. Because now I can get down a little lower. No, I don't want to talk right now. Oh my heavens, why do you keep calling me? I'm under the car, lady. I say Letty, it's my wife. There we go. Alright, at least we're getting that out of there. Like a reddish brown. Like I just told her I was under the car. And I don't know why my oldest daughter's not picking up for her. But now she knows what it's like when I'm trying to call home and nobody will answer. We have these phones for a reason, you know? All right. I'll get this off of here and I'll call her back. I love my wife. I want to keep her around for a while, but... All right. That totally didn't just go in my eye. All right. Well, the pan's nice, or the cover's nice and clean. Of course, we cleaned it before we put it on. I hope I didn't. I mean, I don't think it was on there long enough to hurt anything. You just never know. And 40 miles, you wouldn't think. But again, hey, put it in the comments. Did I just wreck my seals? Did I wreck it even though, I mean, I guess we're going to find out when we're driving it again. It was still driving. I didn't notice anything wrong with drivability, so. See if there's any, I mean, there's no sign of any shavings in there. A lot less than last time, you know, when I just did it, so. But we're gonna, I mean, I cleaned it out real good. I'm gonna clean it out at least that good again because this is the wrong stuff. And we're just getting this out of there. Well, that is not what it should look like. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going?
Yeah.
So is it looking pretty clean?
Maybe.
Now, I already told you what I did, right?
I suppose.
Remember what I did?
Made a mess everywhere.
What? No, actually I didn't. But what did I put in here that I shouldn't have?
I don't know. ACT? I don't know. ABT?
ATF?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh yeah, I put the wrong stuff in there because I had a brain fart moment. So we took it down again, the cover, and I've sprayed it out with brake cleaner. Now, we have this completely up off the ground on the hind end. This is a rear-wheel drive car. I have the parking brake off. So what do you think I did for safety up front?
I don't know, I put wedgies.
Yeah, so I chalked the front, and we've got a bonus. The other side has a caliper that's kind of it's hung up, they call it. So this car ain't going anywhere. Now, I got my left hand on the tire here. Let's rotate this. So I clean this side, and we can rotate it. And you guys can see kind of, you know, see it moving in there. It's kind of neat. So I'm going to rotate it to the other side, and I'm going to hit it with brake cleaner again. Camera lady, you probably want to back up just a smidge. And if you're like, you shouldn't do that, I mean, I know there's benefits and downsides to it, but at this point, I really need to make sure I have all that ATF out of there. So we're just going to clean this out. And then with my hand, I'm going to scrape out as much as I can. I should have gloves on. For those of you that keep track at home, yeah, this is like the third time in 2 days I've done this. So we're going to swipe as much out, and then I can take my rags and just dry it out. Brake cleaner evaporates real fast, but you definitely want to make sure you give it more than enough time to dry all the way out so that nothing's left behind before you put your actually correct gear oil in. So, yeah, it's kind of important to use the right stuff. I just had a bonehead moment. I grabbed it and went to town and was too busy doing YouTube stuff, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Too worried about where the camera was and put in ATF. Now, I drove 40 miles on it. Hopefully I didn't do any permanent damage. Getting it, oh, fell back in there. Getting it out right away, you know, ish. It really is clean, though. Holy mackerel. I mean, it was clean before, but it's even cleaner now. Can you get good angles on that?
I got it.
With the light?
I got it. Mm-hmm.
Oh my, yeah, it's good getting it in there. That is extremely clean. Wow. I mean, you could eat off that. Once it's dry, I wouldn't even recommend it right now. It's drying up fast, though, so that's great. I'm going to turn this again, make sure everything looks good. Ooh, you see those gears inside there turning? There, Kimberly?
Maybe. I got it.
See that on the inside?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
That's a limited slip diff, I think, so that's why that wheel isn't turning. One side can turn without the other one necessarily. Oh, now it's going. Okay, cool, because it's going the other way. I don't know. There it goes. As if I know what I'm talking about. There, see? so it doesn't go for the whole way. Now it's engaging again a little bit. It looks clean though, doesn't it? All the way around. Now if you were taking this stuff out, you'd like take this bolt out, and then this pin would come, and you start disassembling. But if you've never looked inside one of these, it's kind of cool. Okay, so you might not believe this is the same differential cover if I didn't hold it this way first. My wife's favorite color is yellow. She says, "You're nuts. Nobody's going to see it under there anyway." But by golly, actually it looks like a hard hat. But, it might look nice. And then I did the bolts black. So black on yellow? I don't know. What do you think? Well, there you go. That's what it looks like. It's not torqued down. Still got to let the gasket maker set up for about an hour. And we'll torque it and fill it tomorrow. Man, that looks sharp. What do y'all think? I think I need to clean up the axle and hit that with some wire brush and primer and black paint. I've already put in maybe half a quart or so. And if you're up off the ground, if you got this thing on a lift or whatever, man, it's really not hard. Or if you've got one of those pumps, I do have one. I could be totally using that right now. But if you don't have one, or you don't know where it is, or you just don't want to get it out, you can't get to that plug with these goofy shaped bottles from the top. You can get to them from the bottom, but then you're angled up. So what I do, or what I did, it's not like I'm an expert. This has been doing this for a long time. First of all, I need to make sure I don't lose any more fluids. I'm going to put my thumb over the end. Okay. And now I'm going to line her up. I'm actually using the camera right now to find my way. There we go. So I'm going to chug it up in there. I'm going to squeeze. Well, yep. All right, so now as it's being squeezed, make some fart noisings, whatever, I can now squeeze it in between the drive shaft and my muffler. How about that? So now I've got it at a better angle where I can get more fluid in, and I'll probably any moment start to get some coming back out, I hope, although I did lose some, so let me put a shirt down or something at least. Old shirt. Okay. Now, if I can get enough upward angle on this and push, contort your body. Don't get in there. I can hear it going in. Oh, there it is. Might not be a great sound in many cases, but in this case it is. It means I got almost all of it in there. Okay, now I can pull that back through, take it out, and put a little bit more fluid in, and do it again. Oh, I'm in some oil. Yay. Doing my part to clean it up. There we go. Oh, I got it the wrong way. A little bit's going to hang down. Whoop, whoop. Hey, perfect. Look what we've got. We've got differential fluid draining out, which means we are full, folks. Shove that in there. Get my drain plug. Hold the rest of that in there. If I can figure out which way is straight. Sometimes it helps to thread backwards first. There we go. All right, that's on there. I've got a big old puddle here now. Wonderful. My shirt, my old grubby shirt that I don't use anymore, is helping to soak that up, contain it. I need my little ratchet. Need my ratchet now to just tighten that down. Will be good. Unless my gasket maker job wasn't good. Okay. And at this point, we're finally done with the rear differential. Wipe it down. Looks good. A little bit come back on the muffler. Wipe that off. That'll heat up and smoke. There. So, best case scenario, we don't have any leaks, and we're done with this job for another, what, 50, 60,000? Ford recommends to do this. Put in new differential fluid. So, it looks better. And one more job done. Brakes are next, folks. Stick around.